Let's say Abhiya se maine phone pe baat ki hai, and she would say, well, there's some challenge and dispute I have regarding me and my mother. What is the other meaning of this? Trust, respect, communication, empathy. So now I have a vocabulary. I want all the people who meet the criteria of at least 40 years of age. Agar hum log sirf 3 competencies le lein, like trust, respect, communication. Can you all think of a story? It's a story of a trust between maybe two friends, sister and sister, but don't use the word relationship, mother and daughter. Now, once you share the story, here's the next part. How does this correlate with your problem, and what can you learn from these stories?
Assalamualaikum Abhiya. I am sharing a story with you. It is about me and one of my friend come business partner, but then something happened, some business conflict and things. I will say 4 or 5 years after that, even we didn't communicate with each other, not for a single minute, not for one sentence or anything. And then something very bad happened with them. Like they got arrested for immigration purposes here in United States. When you build trust with somebody, sometimes it happens that broke in between, though we are not doing business together, but we are on very good notes.
So my story is based on respect. That man's name was 𝐬𝐻𝐿, and he was a man from Yemen. The Battle of Uhud came up, and he came to know that Prophet ﷺ's molar tooth has been shaheed. In sadness, what he did, that he broke all his teeth.
So Abhiya, I'm going to tell you a story about empathy. 2 years ago, I left banking, and that's when I started bringing my coaching to a commercial aspect. When I started coaching, I felt very underconfident, and I was a good coach, and people had validated it, but I wasn't comfortable about it. I think what they're seeking from me is empathy, and what they're looking for is guidance.
I learned from Batul's story was that once you have developed the relationship of trust with someone, it does not end even if that connection breaks. No matter what happens between me and my mother, I know I can always trust her. So secondly, coming to Farhana's story about respect, if I come back to my story, I always respect her, like no matter what, even if we have a disagreement, Abhiya does not disrespect. Respect never dies. And coming to Mariam's story, which was about empathy, what I noticed in Mariam's stories, it was giving without wanting anything in return. People who usually get a lot of hurt, they are very sensitive. Maybe that's why we all need our mothers in a very different aspects. When she's there for me, sometimes I ignore that. And what I notice is, I would like to correlate Farhana's and Batul's story with Mariam, that if I respect and if I have that level of trust, I should not want that back in return.
It's basically getting the clients to say it. That's the power of metaphor. Do you all understand it? Yeah?